If you knew morning wood, then you know why I feel blue. Without morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you, yes, I love you, morning wood. Morning wood, morning wood. Oh, how my heart yearns for you. Oh, morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you, yes, I love you, morning wood. Morning wood, morning wood. Pretty, 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 pretty morning wood. Oh, morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you and I need you, morning wood. I love you, morning wood, with a love so rare and true. Oh, morning, my morning wood. Well, I love you, I want you, morning wood.
Rise and shine. This is the Morning Woo, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio studios inside the bunker, undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, Twitch, and now on Instagram Live on the Let's Go Devils Network. That is March 2nd, 2026. Mid-morning, 11:40 a.m. Eastern. Sorry for the late start. Just to let you know, I just want to wish Mrs. Wu a happy birthday today. Mrs. Wu had to go to work. I didn't want her to go to work, but she had to go to work. Sucks to have your birthday on a Mondays, but happy birthday, Mrs. Wu. I see little Fireboy. I see Wimpy, Pete, Maria, or Myriad is what Scotty would say. I don't know how we got that. Dubs is like, all chiming in as we are approaching NHL trade deadline. The team's ongoing struggles and recent performance looming. The analysis or the over-analysis from the pundits, from the media, from the fans, what to do. I've said my piece. I think the Devils should be sellers, move cap space, and then all the other stuff, the heavy lifting stuff, save it for the offseason. As the Devils have 60 points right now in the standings, behind I think the Bruins right now. Now I think they're within the wild card spot, because previously it was trying to get that third spot in the Metropolitan Division was the easier path to a playoff spot. But the Devils really need to run the table on the 7-game homestand and make themselves 8-0 in 8 games in order to even have a chance of being in the conversation of a bubble. Simply a bubble. But I wouldn't put past this team that if the pressure was off, that they would do that. But snapping that 5-game losing streak was huge. I know they played the lowly St. Louis Blues, beating them 3-1. Got contributions from Timo Meier, Dougie Hamilton, Nico Hischier, and Jacob Markstrom's 25 saves, although he kind of put a little damper to that excitement for that unauthorized, no reason to try to score a goal which backfired, which led to a St. Louis Blues goal, which was a blip on the radar screen, but it is what it is. So are the Devils going to be buyers? Or are they going to be sellers? Or are they going to stand pat? Should the Devils explore trading Dougie Hamilton? Or have they, which I think they have, are they able to get a deal done? Not so sure. Joey B says his notification worked. Good for you. Let's go Devils. This version is a bad poker hand, says Menelander. Hold the ace and dump the rest of the cards. I would do that because I don't want, at this point, I assume that Tom Fitzgerald is a lame duck GM. I don't want my lame duck GM to be dumping aces, basically the core. But we'll talk a little bit about that later. Dawson Mercer, could he be the one that goes, that helps another team? I mean, we have to weigh the pros and cons to all this, especially when the Devils have a 0.5% chance of actually making the playoffs. Steven Stamkos rumors. Well, you could put a quash to that because he's not waiving anything. I think one of the Canadian reporters reported that. I believe it was Chris Johnston. Don't quote me on that. You know, there was that period of time. Could Stamkos be a New Jersey Devils? Let's just not go there anymore. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Serve says ace is Nico Hischier. Pete says sellers, goodbye Dougie, Cotter, Glendening, White, free up the space after Quinn. Seeing some of the people that are tuning in right now here on the Let's Go Devils podcast. Hamilton is due $7+ million signing bonus on 7/1. No team is taking him until after 7/1. Says Dubs is like. Michael A says make plans for a warm outdoor weekend. I hope we can have an outdoor podcast for Game Day Live, Devils Rangers, Saturday, because it's supposed to get to the 70 degrees Fahrenheit in the New Jersey area. Right now, it's about 21, 22 degrees outside where I'm at. Again, we don't go by the metric system here on the Let's Go Devils podcast for all of our international and Canadian listeners, viewers. Don't take it personally. We don't do Celsius. We don't do meters. We don't do kilometers. We don't do any of that stuff. It's an inch. It's a foot. It's a gallon, not a liter. You get what I'm trying to say. So, the Devils, K4 Kills One says, dude is a full-time or full 200-foot hard player, hard to find. Not sure who he's referring to. Stanley says, anyone see Blitzer cozying up to Quinn at SNL? No, please explain. I would love to know a little bit more about Mr. David Blitzer. That's what he should be doing as an owner. And I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Just like when Joshua Harris and David Blitzer wasted their time with Taylor Hall, taking him to a Toronto Raptors game, if you remember that, years ago. Wine them and dine them. Not a big deal. Serve says Tate left Jack. That's fine with me. I want Jack to have absolute focus, is what Mickey said in Rocky. The ladies or whatever weaken the legs. Tom Fitzgerald, Sheldon Keefe, both under a microscope right now. Big debate about their leadership, which includes firing Fitzgerald for his inactions last offseason, not getting some big names, for only minimal additions of Cody Glass and Evgeny Dadonov. Keefe, for a system that doesn't fit the roster, I think that's something to be discussed. But you know that the Devils fans, the frustration is high. And some, like Scotty, is calling for a full rebuild. I'm calling for the ownership group to change their ways before you do a full rebuild or anything. Because the same exact thing is going to happen over and over and over again. All right? I think hockey operations should be like it's on its own island. I think the business operations should be on its own island. Yes, they do cross-pollinate, but they should absolutely do what they need to do with their respective jobs. And I just think that ownership group should have this team be more autonomous than in getting too involved on the day-to-day. That's just my opinion. You know, just let them go. Let them go. Hire the experts and let them go. But the core players of the New Jersey Devils, what's wrong with Jesper Bratt? What's wrong with Timo Meier? Although it's Meier madness now. I expect his inconsistent production to be very consistent in the month of March. Hopefully the New Jersey Devils benefit from Timo Meier in the next 7 home games with some goals. Nico Hischier, his deal is expiring soon. Does the core need a shakeup? I don't know. You tell me. Surf says we need a player like Tom Wilson. I agree with you. I agree with you with that. Pete says fire Fitz. Maybe bring in Torts as coach. Dadonov can get shopped too. Didn't fit even though he's been hurt. But when he was in the lineup, he looks lost. I look lost when I watch this team sometimes. Maria says Jack is married to hockey. Serve says Jack is married to fame. No, I don't think Jack Hughes likes fame at all. I think he's very uncomfortable with it. And he's doing his best to handle a very unique situation that he himself put himself in. And rightfully so, after you score the golden goal in the Olympics, having the United States win the gold medal for the first time in 46 years, that's a unique situation. Very unique situation. Can't imagine the amount of sleep that Jack Hughes has gotten in the last month. Just being in the Olympics, winning the Olympics, and the media tour he's been on. I like to know the person that pointed out about David Blitzer cozying up with Quinn at SNL. And good for him. Good for him. The upcoming homestand. Got the Florida Panthers. You've got the Toronto Maple Leafs. Panthers, I believe, lost last night, if I'm not mistaken. Toronto Maple Leafs. Some of their fans not happy with Austin Matthews for obvious reasons. They play Wednesday. Got the New York Rangers on Saturday. I think the Devils can probably start to snowball some momentum here. I'm not saying that they're going to win 8 straight games, but they have the opportunities. They have the opportunities to right the ship. But a lot has to happen, and they have to be damn near perfect. After the Olympic break, 25 games left, I said they have to go 20-5. Well, they dropped the first 2. They only have 3 more mulligans left. Can it happen? Maybe. Roman says the logistics of getting from St. Louis to New York City for SNL in under 4 hours is remarkable. Serve says, Roman, it's called a private jet. Yes, it's called a private jet, but it's also called weather as well. I think all the things aligned for the New Jersey Devils. Andrew Harvey says we really should have Brat, Nico, and Jack on the first line because Jack can center and play both wings. Timo can play with anybody. Timo should be on the right side. Same group that won 8 straight in October, Wimpy says. Metalander being bold here. We have a high first rounder. Put in a package Ottawa can't refuse. You're talking about Brady Tkachuk, aren't you? Which would be awesome. Absolutely awesome. But, you know, aside from this homestand, it's simply you got to win games. You got to get points. Especially those divisional games. Or at least in the Eastern Conference. The Devils have done fine against teams in the Western Conference, like beating St. Louis. But they couldn't beat the Pittsburgh Penguins, nor could they beat the Buffalo Sabres after the Olympic break. But the missteps of Fitzgerald of the past, like trading for Tyler Toffoli, extending Jacob Markstrom, failing to add a top 6 winger or a third-line center, it's always the same question. Well, what are you going to do, Fitzy? But he's kind of backed himself in a corner in some ways. Roman says you also have to drive from the airports. Could be easy traffic into New York City. Super aware how private jets work, though. Actually, I believe Jack took a helicopter. The Harris Blitzer Sports Entertainment helicopter was probably the culprit. He was able to skip through traffic. And it's definitely worth it for the team to spend that kind of money. Because right now, Jack Hughes' brand is hot right now with the American audience. You know, what's the locker room vibes right now? You know, the rebuild realities. That's, you know, are you going to have a Shark-esque rebuild or not? The team dynamics is broken. Lack of cohesion. And of course, you know, again, we saw a stark contrast between Team Canada and the United States versus the New Jersey Devils. Like, they played like a team. Metalander says Brady can single-handedly change the culture of this country club. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm a culture type guy. I'm not a guy that wants to manufacture culture. But you got to get the right people to bring in that culture. But yeah. Okay, for Kills one says, hopefully the golden goal makes people want to come here. We always seem to be second prettiest team to free agent players. Agreed. I mean, if you look at the New York Rangers right now, the cachet of playing in New York, you know, is really a headache because of the media and the attention you get. But also, free agents or players that would come to New York, they look at how the owner, James Dolan, is treated, and even Chris Drury, the GM, has treated some of their players like Jacob Trouba. Adam Fox wants out. You know, the way they've treated some of their loyal players. And you should take note. And maybe that's where Fitzy's gone right. One of very few is he's kind of a player's GM. There are some pros to it, but there are also cons to it. But so far, Fitzy has treated his players with respect for the most part. Meadowlander saying, is a Woo Bus 1 doing any more trips this year? Highly unlikely, although we're doing something with American Whiskey in New York for Devil's Rangers. I think it's March 30th. We got there's no tickets involved just because we were too late to the punch of getting group tickets for Devil's Rangers. But we will be doing something American Whiskey in New York, I believe. But I'll have more information as forthcoming because with this season gone to hell, again, it's putting these events together. There has to be a demand of buying tickets, and having some fun with it as well. But anyway. All right, well, that's all I have for now here on the Morning Woo. Keep it here. Set your alerts for anything breaking because we are approaching trade deadline. We are. All right, the ceremonial sip. 149 straight days of the Morning Woo. Hope you're all having a great day. Every one of you. I see Wimpy, Dubs is Like, Little Fireboy, Maria, Serve, Pete, Michael Hay, Meadowlander, K4 Kills 1, Stanley, Joey B, Roman, Jorge. I see you out there. Andrew Harvey, Michael Hudnall. I also see on the Instagram M. Heiler, 54. Joe Toya Nutella on the Instagram Live. Thank you. The ceremonial sip to you, the Devils fan. Till next time, this is the Morning Woo. Let's go, Devils.
Oh, morning.